Let's get right into this. So I'm sure we've all seen this at this point. The NFL has run out a new campaign that they are calling hashtag scripted. The point being is that they make some kind of video. The one this year has Keegan-Michael Key in it. And they get players and they hand them this fake script where it's like, oh, you're going to catch the ball with your abs. Well, where's the part where I catch it blindfolded with a broken foot? And it's like they make see how ludicrous it is, and then it's always NFL scripted. You can't make this up. The point being is that, hey, look, this is real. This is legitimate. The players don't have a script. It's not fake. It's not the WWE out here. You're being an idiot. I know me and you talked about it a little bit in the week, and you want to give your initial thoughts before I get into my tangent, or?
Yeah. I'll be brief. I think they're definitely like overplaying it. When it came out like last year, they made a couple of jokes, or it wasn't even like the NFL as a whole. It was a couple of teams. If I remember, did like some funny videos. The Chargers had a funny video, if I remember correctly. And if it was like, all right, that's funny. Yeah. And then like it's just nonstop. When it first came out, when I first saw the first, I don't know, commercial, I guess, I was like, okay, that's all right. And then I saw like 5 other versions of it, and it comes out like every single week for the past like month, I feel. So it's definitely getting overplayed. But I'll hand it over to you, Emmett. I just want to keep it brief for you.
Yeah, you're good. And I think that's a decent take of, hey, this is becoming too much. This is, getting annoying like all ads eventually do. My problem, and I fucking hate this campaign. I hate it with a passion. My problem is not that it's an overplayed ad. It's not like, hey guys, the jokes run old, like move on. My problem is that the NFL, in my opinion, because I'm reading what they're saying, is calling their fans stupid. The joke is that, again, hey, look, we can't script this. We can't make this shit up. You're an idiot if you think, look, you really believe in like they're catching balls with their abs and shit. We scripted this whole fucking thing. You're dumb as shit. And my problem with it is that it all stemmed from last year with the AFC and NFC championship games and eventually the Super Bowl. In fact, I remember there was, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Fans were not thrilled with the way the games were officiated. They felt there was a lot of phantom calls. There was a lot of missed calls, whatever you want to say about it, that kind of helps secure certain outcomes that people thought the NFL would find more profitable for viewership versus other outcomes. And I think the concerns, complaints are very well founded. The officiating was not good at times. I remember there was a couple calls in the Bengals Chiefs game last year where people were like, literally, like, what the fuck is this? What are we doing here? And it got to the point where there was a woman on TikTok, and I cannot remember her name right now, but she got big. Her videos were blowing up because every week she didn't do a team by team analysis. She did a ref analysis, what their holding call penalties were, what they were this, what they were that, how aggressive they were. And based on that, made picks for who was going to win the game. And I think she was right pretty much every time. But that's how bad it became, is the sole focus was the officials are so fucking bad. How do you guys keep assigning these officials to these games? And it made people start asking and suggesting, hey, is the NFL rigged? Is it scripted? Is it, whatever? Is it set up? And then people pointed out, well, technically the NFL is an entertainment company. They're not a sports company. They do have a legal right to fix games if they want, to predetermine an outcome. So what I'm seeing this as I'm viewing this as I'm taking this is the NFL is saying, look, guys, you're fucking stupid. There's no way we're doing that. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. And they're really pushing it. That's why you're seeing the advertisement so much. Because what are they really promoting? They're not promoting you to watch games. They're not promoting you to buy something. They're yelling at you a message. You're stupid if you think these games are scripted. And again, I think fans had a very valid point. The fans' point was, we don't think the fucking players are scripted. I don't think the fucking players get a goddamn script of, oh, in week 8, I break my goddamn ACL. Fans' points were, hey, you guys are clearly putting these fucking officials in these games to help determine an outcome with a flag, a missed spot, whatever. And you know what? We still don't get to hear from the refs. The head ref doesn't ever. We don't need to hear from all of them. The head ref needs, if they really wanted to solve this problem and prove, hey, we're not rigging this game, they should have had the head ref come out. Hey, from now on, after each game, the head ref is going to come out and do an interview. They'll take, a few questions and that's it. Very simple. It shows transparency. Hey guys, why did you call this? Well, from what my officials saw from this angle, it looked like he grabbed a little bit of the jersey, and that's according to the rules. Blah blah blah. We made that call, right? Or hey, we let it play throughout the entire game. To us, we didn't view it. Like again, a little bit more of the transparency would have really helped give people a sense of security in the game again. Of all right, like they're human. I get it. It's not rigged. It's just a matter of that's how they interpret the rule. That fucking sucks, but it is what it is. But the NFL didn't do that. They haven't done it. They haven't given us any other access to officials. They haven't said, hey, going forward, we're going to really make sure that our top guys are in the games and they're called better. It's strictly been about you guys are stupid if you think it's scripted and just calling the fans stupid. And then to double down on it, to think that fans aren't smart enough to catch on to what the fuck they're saying. Sorry, I'm going on a very long tangent here. And I know you're not getting a whole lot of words in here.
There you go.
So let me take a breath. Tell me, based on all the shit I've just said, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah. So when we were talking about this early on in this week, and you brought up like your point of like they're pretty much are calling the fans stupid. I didn't even realize that. That went way over my head. I was just like, I thought they're just coming up with cheesy ass ads, honestly. And it's like, okay, it's just kind of funny, but it's getting overplayed, right? He brought up that point, and like, yeah, that's a really, really good point, man. They pretty much are. That's like the underlying message here. Is like if you believe yourself is scripted, you're dumb. And then to your point about them just glossing over the real issue, which is the refs sometimes just calling just BS stuff, or what we think as fans is BS. And they're not like addressing that part of it, right? Like we don't think it's in the script for a guy, to your point, will tear his knee or break something. Like duh,
Yeah.
duh. But the real issue is sometimes actually most times the refs, right? I mean, they call sometimes just like really bad stuff. Last year in the Super Bowl, they had that holding call against what's his name? What's that corner? 2024. Yeah, against Juju. Yeah. And we're like, nah, you call that? It was kind of like we call. Like, what the hell? And the refs, they never have to address the media or the people for their logic for making that call. They can just make a call. And it's like, if something were to be fixed, I'm not saying NFL is, but if something were to be fixed, it would be a lot easier to fix it through the refs than
exactly
scripting a player breaking his knee or something. Like, duh, that's
right.
Yeah, and
or the guy's like, oh, I know he's going to come down here, so hey, we're scripted. We practice this spin move to like. That's not what they. That's I'm sorry.
It's not. Yeah, no, that's not what people are saying. It's the refs could. I've never refed, right? I've only been a player and like a fan, but I feel like they could easily influence the game. Throw a couple flags here and there. They won't want it to be a lot. It's just like that one holding call against the Eagles and Chiefs. It's like, well, that pretty much almost decided that game. It did. Like it can be a whole lot. It can be one call that influenced the entire game. So I don't think it's outlandish idea to think like if someone were to think the NFL is fixed, it would be fixed through the refs' actions, not the players.
And again, to someone that might be saying, well, why the fuck would the NFL care about that? Like, why would they care, if fans are yelling at scripted? Because it tunes you out. Because it's the same reason, for me personally, I can't watch the WWE because I can't fan over it. I can't be like, this guy's my favorite wrestler and I know he's going to win because he's great. When it's all predetermined, it's all pre-scripted, and you're like, this is fucking dumb. Like, why would I give a shit about this? You care less about the players. You care less about the storylines when you know it's not a genuine outcome. It's not really people battling and fighting for their lives and their careers and whatever else. It's like a TV show. You don't get passionate and fired up about a fucking TV show. You may cry a little bit about a sad moment and go, oh, yes, this happened. But, like, you're not fucking buying a T-shirt and wearing it every week to watch that goddamn show. You're not paying $200, $250 to go sit in the audience of that show. It's the same fucking thing. The NFL needs people to be passionate about it. I think just like go back a little further. Remember the Saints-Rams game? in the, what was it, NFC Championship game?
Yeah. What was that,
Yeah,
2018, 27?
yeah, 2018, I think it was, where, complete missed PI. And it's like, it's stuff like that where you're like, okay, clearly something has to be going on here, because how in the fucking world do you not see this? And then you never get to ask the official, because maybe there really is a justifiable reason. Hey, a player ran in front of me, I didn't get to see it. Hey, from my angle, it looked like it happened at the same moment. Whatever it is, maybe there really is a justifiable moment, but we never know that. So all we can do to rationalize it is to go, obviously they wanted the Rams in the Super Bowl. They're moving the team to LA, or they had just moved the team to LA. They need to build up a fan base quick for that. What better way than to get them Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Same thing in 2021. It's like when you start looking at it from like as if it was a story, like a TV show. You start kind of seeing these outcomes, and you go, "Oh, is it rigged? Is this set up?" Again, I don't want to sit here and suggest it is, because I have zero evidence to suggest that it is. But it kind of makes you care. Like, I didn't care about the Super Bowl last year at all, because I became fixated on this whole. This is set up. Like,
Yeah.
this is BS. These aren't genuine games. Like, this is clearly a predetermined outcome based on what the NFL thinks would draw the most interest. The
Yeah.
new face of the league, or potential face of the league in the NFC, Jalen Hurts, versus the face of the league in Patrick Mahomes. Get Patty his second ring, because it's been a while since he won it. Like, you can hear the storylines before they happen.
Yeah. And they're not addressing
Two black
that
quarterbacks.
part. And
What was
I'm
that?
sorry, I'm saying they're not addressing that part still.
Exactly. They're
Like,
not. It's like, and they're trying to make a big joke about it. They're really trying to ram it down our throats about, look how stupid you are. And then, like, I think I saw, like, they had released like 5 videos, and they had teams doing videos about scripted of, oh, did you get your script? It's like, stop insulting our intelligence. Stop acting like we're too fucking dumb to sit here and know that you guys are just trying to make fun of us for saying it's scripted, and that you're not going to change shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather you just say, hey guys, we're not changing shit. Like, there's going to be bad calls. It is what it is. Rather than make a joke about us and make it seem like we're fucking dumb for suggesting or thinking, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we will see what happens with that. But yeah, that's my whole tangent. Yeah, it's just, and I know, I think it was Mike Florio actually from Pro Football Talk mentioned a similar thing of, hey, is this the NFL just suggesting that people are stupid for saying it? I was like, yes. I said, from the first moment I saw it, I never thought they were funny. It was the first moment I saw Keegan-Michael Key come on and was talking like a script. I was like, you guys are literally insulting our intelligence. You guys literally think we're too fucking dumb to know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Like, you guys are really, really so full of yourselves here.
Yeah.
Like, it blew me away. I was so fucking insulted by it at first. I was like, I scroll past him now, because I usually see him on Twitter, but I'm like, you guys, you're going to turn a whole lot of people off, because people are going to catch on to it eventually.
Yeah. And how many more are they going to come out with for those damn ads? Are we done? Like, it's going to keep on
as
going.
long as people are suggesting this thing is set up or rigged or scripted, whatever, they're going to keep pushing it. They're going to keep pushing, because they're really trying to combat this narrative instead of just addressing the narrative.
Yeah.
Like, all you guys need to do, simple solution. Hey, our head chief official makes a shit ton of money. They make $200,000 or something a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, after every game, they can go do a 5-minute press conference. Very quick, in and out. Give the best answer you can. Defend your crews as you need to, just like head coaches do, just like quarterbacks do. Hey, that's my guy. He didn't see it. None of us saw it. There's nothing we can do. From our angle, it looked like this. According to the rule book, this is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, done. In and out. Oh, okay. I guess we know. Going forward, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Very easy. It rebuilds the trust in fans in the NFL product.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, they've just decided to try to insult people, try to gaslight us into thinking that, hey, this isn't really happening.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I guess I am stupid.
This is not the rigging you think it is.
Yeah.
Good
old NFL. Good old NFL.
I was also going to say, to further compound it, just, and again, to last point, nail it home, then we'll move on. For people that are sitting at home right now, or sitting on their couch, bus, train, whatever you're at, going, well, Emmett, why the fuck would the NFL do that? And here's the biggest thing about why I think they would. And it goes back to our previous video that we had of sports betting. Because of sports betting, the NFL salary cap is expected to explode because of sports betting. The NFL is making billions and billions of dollars off of sports betting. Other groups are making billions and millions of dollars off of sports betting. Look at Pat McAfee, how much money he's made from the sports betting. There is so much money involved in the sports betting in the NFL. The NFL cannot afford to have people think this is rigged, because you know what you don't bet on? A rigged event. If you bet on the WWE, you're a fucking idiot. You bet on horse races. You bet on... No, people don't even bet on baseball games because the odds are so fucking wild sometimes of what can happen.
Yeah.
People want a product that they can trust, that they can analyze and make a safe bet on something. If it's scripted, it's not a safe bet, because what may happen is not what should happen. You know, if we're talking Chiefs, Chiefs, Jags, or whatever, and all of a sudden the other team just happens to blow it out because of a bunch of bad calls, or keeps it close, just close enough that the house wins, you're not making those bets anymore.
Right.
So the NFL cannot afford to have their product tainted by the thought of it being pre-set up in any form or fashion, because it would cost them billions and billions of dollars, and they're not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
So
no,
they'll pay Jordan Peele to fucking produce the next one if they need to. They'll bring in Michael Bay to set up explosions that say the NFL isn't scripted. They're going to do whatever they have to do to convince people that this shit is not rigged.
Right. Yeah. No, they will. No, you have a fair point. Once gambling became kind of part of it was there, but now it's more nationwidely used and whatnot.
Yeah, we had a couple places here and there.
DraftKings, aren't they partners with the NFL? I don't know if you mentioned that, but like they literally have a sports book that's an official partner of the league.
Yep.
Come on, it
like I said, you can't help
but wonder, like, is there something going on behind closed doors with good old Uncle Roger and whoever the CEO of DraftKings? Like, they're like, how can we make the most money possible between the two of us? You know what I mean? Like, you can't help but wonder that. So
yeah,
that's my last point.
I just want to further hammer this home. We don't have any evidence to suggest the NFL is rigged. We are not saying that. We are saying that we are not a fan of the NFL's way of combating the narrative that it is scripted. The narrative of making a joke out of it, I'm assuming fans are too dumb to catch on to what they're doing. I don't like. Just address it head on. Be upfront about it. Tell us how you're going to change. Hey, we're going to start implementing the Sky Judge. We know people are really concerned. It's really turning people off from our product. Here's a Sky Judge. Everything will be reviewed in real time, just like the XFL. Or, hey, we're going to pay our head officials an extra $100,000 a year. They're going to take questions after a game. 5 minutes. That's all you get. 5 minutes of questions. If you don't have any, cool. They're good to go. Done. Right. Yeah, I think that's that simple little upfrontness, that directness, helps reestablish confidence in the product, not making jokes about it. So that will wrap up our tangent on that.